Promises made, promises kept. Here's the new bike, everybody. Tell you a funny story about the bike. The whole big scenario about the bike, you know. Back in 2020, I went to Harley Davidson and I took the bike out for a test ride. Sat down with the guy, you know, and went over the numbers and everything, and like I kind of walked out of there with sticker shock. You know, these bikes are expensive and they're probably on par with like a brand new car. And, you know, at that time, I was having a tough time with just that concept, you know, only because if I lived down south, it would be different. You know, here it is, you buy a bike, you get to ride a lot longer than what you do here, you know. You know, here in New York, you can get like, I don't know, about 5 months, good 5 months out of it maybe. I don't know. But to me, it wasn't really worth it, but I really wanted that bike so bad. I was in love with that bike. But needless to say, you know, the last 2 years, I've been going back and forth. I've been sitting on that fence, whether or not I should pull the trigger and just buy the bike, just get the bike. Because it just so happened on my bucket list happens to be, you know, taking a motorcycle trip, you know, going out west, doing a little touring on the bike, you know, going out for a couple of weeks, maybe a month, couple of months, whatever. But anyway, I just didn't want to spend that much money, you know. It's basically what it came down to. Anyway, one night back in October, at my computer, naturally, you know, I'm on there, Harley Davidson website. Now I'm comparing a Road King to the Street Glide. A Road King is another type of motorcycle, another type of touring motorcycle that Harley Davidson makes. It's another great bike, another beautiful bike. So I was comparing the two, said, listen, I want to take this motorcycle trip. This is what I was thinking. I wanted to take this motorcycle trip. You know, I didn't want to spend that much money on the Street Glide. You know, maybe I can do it with a Road King. You know, my brother's got a Road King. His bike is beautiful. He loves it, you know. So I said, maybe I'll go in that direction. So with that, my wife walks into the room. She goes, listen, I want to go over to this supermarket over here, this Italian specialty supermarket over here, and pick up a few things. Now listen, hey, I'm down for that. I'm always down for stopping in at that place that she was talking about, because, you know, they got such good stuff there. I said, all right, I'll go with you. I said, but after we're done, I want to stop at Harley. I want to question the salesman about, you know, comparison between the two bikes. She says, okay. All right, so the next day comes, we go to the supermarket, we're done. We head over to Harley, as I'm pulling into the parking lot, I notice there's like maybe, I don't know, 3, 4 guys out front, and there's a couple of bikes. I don't pay any mind. Pull into the spot, park the car, tell my wife I'll be out in a few minutes. And I get out of the car. Now I'm walking towards the building. Sure enough, I look at the bikes, and I realize that's a Street Glide. That's the bike I want. That was the color I was actually thinking about getting, too. I said, oh, man, it's a great bike, you know, and I'm looking, and see the salesman there, standing there talking to a guy. So anyway, it turns out the guy's my cousin. He's picking up the bike that day, picking it up. I said, oh my God. So now I go over there. Now I'm bullshitting with them, you know, both of them for about an hour. My poor wife, she's such a saint. She sat out in that car like a jamoke. You know, she got like the patience of a saint. She really did. Really does. She definitely does. So I kind of, you know, after talking to them for the hour, what? This is a sign. This is a sign from God. He wants me to have this bike. He wants me to have this bike. So with that said, the next day I went back and ordered the bike. So that's how I got the bike. If it wasn't for my cousin being there, I probably wouldn't have ordered it. So not that I blame him. I kind of thank him because he's the guy that really, you know, kind of did it for me. If not, I would probably still be on the fence going back and forth. And, you know, one of my bucket list things probably wouldn't have gotten done. Well, it would have got done. I don't know how. What bike I would have been doing it on, but I would have did it. But I took it as a sign from God. So there you have it. That's how I got the bike. I actually picked up the bike a couple days before Thanksgiving. And I've been out on it a few times since then, trying to get some time in the seat. You know, the bike is, I got to get used to it. You know, she's 200 pounds heavier than the bike that I'm used to riding. So it's going to take a little time. I want to try to get as much time as possible before I can't ride at all. So I just got to have to keep my fingers crossed. But next time the weather is like above 35, maybe 40. Yeah, when it's above 40, I'm actually going to take you guys with me on a ride. So I ordered a new camera, a 360 camera. Looks cool, looks cool. So I'm definitely upping my video game, like I said I would. Alrighty, that's it. That's the video. Go Peeps, out.